Hello and welcome to Fresh Face One Shots. My name is Joey.
And I'm Jacob.
And I'm still sick, and today we're talking about Superman number 11 by Joshua Williamson. We're off to a great start. Welcome back, friends. We're coming up on some big things here. We've got a pretty big issue ahead of us with number 11, and the melodrama is beautiful.
Oh, and
I love it.
Look, this book keeps giving me excuses to go back to my comics are soap operas soapbox.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's what this issue is. It is superhero soap opera, and I love it.
Absolutely.
So, guest artist on this one.
David Baldeon, I think is...
Yes,
Baldeon.
And then colorist Rex Locus.
I fucking love the art in this issue, dude.
It is... Oh, it's stylized. It's stylized.
Mm-hmm.
It looks... I don't want to say... It's exaggerated almost like a cartoon. But not like a cartoon that's... Not any, animation that's, airing now in any of sort of the big tentpole animation styles.
Mm-hmm.
But it feels like it could be animated. And I like a lot of the exaggeration, largely because it helps heighten the emotions, because... This is an over-the-top issue. I will say, my jaw kind of dropped when we got to what the actual plan of Grafton Farm is at the end.
Oh yeah,
in the last two pages. I'm like, oh no.
I will also say, going back to the art for a second, we still have covers by Jamal Campbell, and this cover in particular, I think it just shows the sheer chaos going into this issue. We've got a lot in store for us this time. So
and this isn't like an extended issue or anything. It's the standard page.
Oh, just a normal length. Just as with every issue of this run so far, Williamson just paces it so perfectly that there's just enough going on to perfectly fill the issue, and you're just left wanting so much more, and you're so excited. It's wonderful. I love it.
Enough more to make me super excited for 2 months excited for April when we get our double dose of Superman because of the Action Comics crossover.
So next issue I think we'll be finishing off whatever this arc is currently, and then April we have our first big crossover event with this run. So
yes, we haven't technically done a crossover, have we?
Yeah, no, unless you count Night Terrors, which sort of brought things together.
It was
an event, yeah. But yeah, this is a crossover, so I'm very excited to see what you make of that. Speaking of crossovers, we're covering a crossover right now on Fresh Face Comics on the podcast. Coming up this Monday will be the Resurrection of Ra's al Ghul, which was a crossover event. So, hey, all kinds of crossovers. That was a weird transition. Anyway, getting into this issue. I'm sick. Fuck you. All right, here we go. Grafton Farm have put together the Lex Luthor Revenge Squad and want Superman to be a part of it. It's a great, ridiculous plot. I love it.
Yeah, and Williamson uses the first couple of pages as a literal pre-credit sequence. If this was an episode of a TV show, this would be the previously on Superman.
Definitely. Yeah. And then as promised last time, we go to a few hours earlier, where Lex's daughter is talking to LL01, the Lex Luthor Jor-El, and just wants to ask it some things because it knows everything that Lex knows, apparently. And so she asks it, who is Lena Luthor? And he gives some sufficient information that she is not satisfied with, was hoping at least that the personal memory banks of Lex Luthor would be able to give her more than just, what is on paper, what we know about this character. And it's also great for certain readers, that may not know the character or anything. I certainly wasn't super familiar with the character.
But so we have some interesting stuff that she was captured by Brainiac 13.
Which I'm wondering now also if it's going to play into that crossover event in April.
I'd be shocked if it doesn't. This feels like Williamson is setting up a character, setting up the Luthor family, the sort of trinity of the Luthor family, as well as just we're setting dominoes up to fall. also somehow that's what this run has been doing pretty much since issue 1.
Oh
and
yeah,
somehow
and it just has not
somehow
stopped.
the falling dominoes are making more dominoes set up in a physics-defying feat. And it makes me excited every month. It's like Superman's this week. Okay, I've got to know what happens. It's just great. I've got to go know what happens next.
Yeah. In all this, we catch back up with Lex's mom as well. We talks a little bit with her granddaughter. Mercy comes in here and starts gathering everyone because this is taking place at the same time as Superman went missing in the West. So we're trying to find Superman, trying to get him back here. Scanning all over the place, not just on this planet, in different time periods and planets and all that.
With providing helpfully snarky commentary through all of this. And then in rushes a very angry Lois Lane. But not before a revelation that they realize that Grafton Farm seem to have every variant of kryptonite.
And that they are coming here now, and that right now Superman should not come back here, because when he does, he is going to be in trouble. And with Grafton Farm here, and I love this, I know we mentioned it last time because we wanted to find out who the person in Lex Luthor armor with the Lex Luthor Revenge Squad was, and my god, I love this reveal.
It is the soap opera bullshit.
Lex Luthor's fucking mom.
Is
part of the Lex Luthor Revenge Squad.
Can we talk about her? Her design is like perfect villain design.
Oh, it's so good. Even with the little white streak of hair in there, it's so good.
Also, Letitia Luthor is just a great name for a villain.
Oh yeah. And so we catch back up to where we were last time. Lena warns Superman to get out of here, but not, of course, before he is attacked by Graft Farm. The Chain is also here as well, and Letitia Luthor is part of this squad.
We also find out Lex is not the one who built LexCorp. His mother did.
Yep. Oh, and this plot has been brewing for some time, it seems, which is fascinating. I'm curious to see just how far back this goes. It's really, really cool. And actually, we get a taste of just how far back it goes based on this issue's cliffhanger, of course.
But we find out that all the kryptonites being used are synthetic. That's what Bizarro was being used for in the teases that we got in some other issues.
Yeah, because I remember actually thinking about it recently, and I was like, we had that little look at Bizarro there early in the run, and we don't know how he's tying into this yet. But yeah, we remember what he's being used for, and actually makes me wonder, because I'm not caught up on Action Comics right now. I know Jason Aaron is doing a Bizarro arc, and I'm wondering if that ties into it at all. I'm 2 issues behind in Action Comics. So I'll have to see what that's all about, actually. But yeah, so we have that. Lex is then taken. Actually, sorry. Superman being weakened is then affected by red kryptonite. Superman then leaves Supercorp, steals Lex from Strikers, and brings him here, where Superman is very angry and is probably going to kill Lex, until it is lovingly pointed out that Lex Luthor isn't the only one Superman is angry at, and red kryptonite is really just going to make him lash out at pretty much everyone here. So he attacks Grafton Farm as well, and angry Superman is angry Superman. He's basically fucking unstoppable.
I find it interesting the way Williamson writes angry Superman, because it is angry Superman and not evil Superman.
Yes, that is a very important distinction there. Yeah,
and it's a lesser writer would just make it evil Superman, and it's no, there's still Superman here.
Williamson gets it. He really does.
Also, this is where some of the art gets to be really cartoony in places.
And it's super fun. I love the one panel especially where how he began to solve this is that Lex's little shard of green kryptonite on him that he stabs Superman with. I love that panel in particular. But this gives...
And also, Lex was making a gamble. He didn't know for sure that green kryptonite would counteract the red.
Yeah. But, classic Lex Luthor shit. So, there's that. But this gives the Lex Luthor Revenge Squad, I slipped the tongue there, time to unleash their big plan on Metropolis, where they begin exposing the city to this kryptonite gas that will begin affecting humans, as Lex Luthor well knows, over time. And this was all part of a plan, apparently, our big cliffhanger here. A plan.
Well, and the big implication is that this is modified kryptonite, not so it'll necessarily impact human over time. This will impact humans immediately.
Pretty much the same amount that it affects Superman. And this is something that Grafton Farm didn't come up with themselves. They took it from Lex Luthor, as we end the issue on this look at Lex back from that flashback issue way back when he was apparently a sort of superhero, when he came up with this kryptonite that can affect humans, and here we have Grafton Farm next to him in this flashback, and that is where the issue ends, as this kryptonite gas begins to spread over Metropolis. Next issue, Lex Luthor versus Truth, and it's a great cliffhanger. I'm so excited to see where it goes. Yeah, it's going to be absolutely insane.
It's going to be crazy. And then after that, it's crossover time.
It's crossover time, yeah. We got, I think it's a 5-issue crossover, so...
Yeah, because isn't there like...
It's two... It was 3 in April, because it's Action and Superman, and then a one-shot special. And then the last 2 issues in May, I believe. So, yeah, that's we have all that coming up. And obviously we will be covering all the extra issues outside of Superman that tie into that event for the purposes of these videos, so those will all be included. So look forward to our coverage then. So that's going to be cool. So otherwise, check out other Fresh Face one-shots we're doing. Wonder Woman by Tom King, and Batman the Brave and the Bold by Various. Otherwise, check out Fresh Face Comics, the podcast. We already mentioned that earlier in this video. Otherwise, socials, we'll have linked in the description below, and I think, is that it? I think that's it.
I believe so.
That's it. Cool. All right. Thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, this has been Joey Morgan.
And Jake McLeiter.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.